So we want to do like an alarm clock. An alarm clock. If I want to do an alarm clock, the best is at least I need to check. I need to see the current time, right? I need to see the current time. So in JavaScript, there's an inbuilt function, there's an inbuilt object known as date. Date is an inbuilt object in JavaScript to get the current date. I can say let date equals to new date like this. New date. So let's say console log date so that you see what we have done. This is the date. Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
So let's get the hours, minutes, and seconds there. If I'm interested in the hours alone, I can say this dot get hours, and this will only show me the hour 20. If I'm interested in the minutes, I can say that get minutes. I'll say 18. This is 8:18 p.m. If I'm interested in the seconds, I will say get seconds. Do you understand?
Okay.
So I want to display the three of them on the page on my screen. I can have a span here like this. The first one can be for hours. The second one can be for minutes. I just copy. The third one can be for seconds. So inside this first one, I'll put the hours. It depends on inside this I'll put the present minute. Inside this I'll put the present seconds. So I can say hours dot number of text equals to date dot get hours. Minutes you
No,
have any
sorry, please.
yes, sir.
Sorry, please. My own PS code, if I want to type dot inner text, it does not use to suggest it for me.
Oh, I think it's probably there are some extensions that I've installed on it that I can't even remember. But
Okay.
there's some extensions. Okay.
But others used to, and if I use document or getment or getment by ID dot inner key, the remaining one it is suggested. But for this particular shortcut, it is not suggested.
Oh, I don't know why it's not.
No problem.
Let's go to so you can see the present hour, the present minute, and the present second, right? So next is let's start counting up. The seconds has changed. If I refresh the page now, the seconds has changed, right? So I want you to start counting up so that this can keep increasing. So we can do something like this. We can create a function. Func maybe set my time. So I put this inside this function. Like this. So I can say call on this function every second. So what do? I say set interval, set my time, call it every second. Any questions so far?
No question.
Okay. That's working. So let's get an input for users.
But it was counting before.
No, it wasn't counting before until I refreshed. If I remove this line now, and I just cut this, and let me just put it aside. Put that here like this. You see, it's not counting up, except if I refresh. Once I refresh now, you can see the new value. Do you understand?
Okay.
So, except I refresh. So it will just give me, once I refresh, it will give me the current time at that moment that I refreshed. If I refresh now, you can see. But it's not counting up. So, one thing I can do is, so we have this. So this is counting up on its on. And the way that is working is that every second it keeps doing this. So every second it will get the new date. Then
Sorry, let me join my batteries. The laptop is
okay.
stuck.
So here is it like this. So set the interval and all. Right. Next is I want to have an input whereby the user can set the time, maybe hours, minutes, or seconds that he or she wants the alarm to sound. So let's do the way we should. I thought to be done. Label. As. For. Okay. We do the same for minutes and seconds. So what we want to do is that the user will come and type the time he or she wants to, maybe the alarm he or she wants to set there. Maybe I want to set my alarm to 20. Well, when you are setting an alarm, oftentimes, most times, you don't set the seconds, right? Are we together?
Okay.
On your phone, you only set the hours and minutes, right? Right?
Yes.
So we can just
What
only
you
set.
say?
I said on your phone, whenever you want to set alarm, you only set the hour and the minute. You don't set the seconds.
Yes.
So let's move this second. So user will come here and type the hour. Maybe I want to set my alarm to 20:28. So when I click on this button, once it's this time, I want it to start singing. Alright, I have to start singing. So what you're going to do is let's remove the song part for now. Let's just say once the time is the same, once the time is correct, I want you to put a text inside this div. Help me to put an hello word inside this div. Once the time I set is the same as the current time, help me to put hello word inside this div. So I'll say on click, then create alarm. So let's get function create alarm together. So first is I need to get the time here and the time here inside this and this. So I'll say what's the ID? Type as
Type as follow dot follow rather.
oh sorry
Hour, minute, minute dot follow.
okay. So next is we need to now check if this is the same as this. Right? Now you may want to do something like this. If is the same as this here, right? Is the same as ours that inner text. We want to do something like this and minute is the same as minutes dot inner text. Then help us to put a text inside
I
this.
think you've not done this. I don't think so. This comparison something.
Okay, this and
Mm.
okay, this is and means
I know.
check this and check this. Okay, check this and check this. If this is true and at the same time this is also so, both of them must be true. If one of them is false, it's not going to do this. Do you understand? If one of,
Yes.
if one of them is not true, it won't. So this must be true, and at the same time, this must be true. So we want to do something like this. But let's discuss the flaw in this approach. If this condition is true, let's call this display. Hello world. Right. I want to get to the screen and you do it. You run it. So I'll come here and type 2030. And when I click on it, you will think it's working fine. You can see hello world there, right?
Yes.
So it seems as though it's working fine, but there's a problem. The problem is this. Let's refresh the page now. Let's assume I type 2031 and I set my alarm. You see, it's not displaying any hello world, right?
Yes.
The reason is this. When you click on this button, it will run these codes. Here. That's when it will check if the time you set is the same as the current time. But it will only check it immediately you click on that button. And that's all. Do you get it? If the time are not the same around that same time, if the time are not, if both of them are not the same, at that point that you click on that button, it's not going to give you hello world. And really, that's not the essence of alarm. The essence of alarm is that you set an alarm for something you want to do in the future, not for the present time, right?
Present time.
You set an alarm for the future time. So you don't want to do this checking. Immediately you click on that button. You don't want to check if they are the same, or you are not trying to display hello world. Immediately you click on that button. You just want to check on this, or you want to do this. As a time in the future, when this condition is true, do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're going to do is that, remember, we are calling on this every second.
Yes.
So it will keep running this code every second. So we can do the check-in here. Since it will always do this every second, we can do the check-in here. That is every second. Help us to check if the time you set here is the same as the current time. Do you understand?
Time.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need this HR and this MIN inside this place so that we can make use of it here. And because of that, this too needs to be global variable
Okay.
so that we can use inside another function. So I'll take this, put it here like this. Then create the min also. Yes. So the two of them now are now global variable. I need to remove this here and here. Then for now, I will call this one away. So that's what we are doing. When you click on this button, it will set the value of HR to be whatever is inside, whatever the user typed inside this input. And the value of min to be the value of maybe whatever the user typed inside this input. Do you understand?
That's crazy. Okay.
Hello, do you understand?
No. Please come again.
Okay. Whenever you click on this button, you know it's going to run this function, right?
Yes.
So it's going to say HR. You know this is a global variable. HR and min, both of them are global variables, right?
Yes.
So it's going to say HR equals to whatever you type inside this input.
Yes.
And min is whatever you type inside this input, right? But before you click on this button, before you click on this create alarm button, HR and min, both of them are undefined. You know, we didn't put any value there.
Yes.
Both of them are undefined. But as soon as you type something inside this input and type something inside this input and you click on this button, HR and min will do whatever you type inside these two inputs, right? Are you lost?
No, your screen is it when you almost get to the end of that explanation, it will turn black before it comes back again.
Let me stop sharing now. You share my screen. What about now?
Continue. It's not night. It's almost at the end of the explanation.
Okay. So this and this will now be when you click on this button, it will take whatever is there and set it as the HR, and take whatever is there and set it as the min. But before you click on this button, HR and min, both of them will be undefined. You know, there is no value there, right? We didn't set any value there. But when you click on this button, we are now saying HR equals to type as dot value, that is get whatever is there and set it as HR. Then get whatever is inside the min and set it as the min. Do you understand it?
Yes.
So we can now start comparing now. We can now say every second, since we know that we always run this every second. And we also know that if we are here to click on this button, HR and min, both of them will be undefined, right? So we can now put our if statement here. If HR equals to whatever you have here, and min equals to whatever you have here, then help us to put this hello out. Do you understand?
Yes.
So let's go to the screen and see if things will work fine now. So I want to set 2037. Then click on this button. So let's wait. So can you see it now? It's working fine. Do you understand?
Which one is counting? Okay, the initial one.
The hello world.
Okay.
So now you have the hello world here. But instead of displaying hello world, I want you to start singing a song. Do you get it?
Okay.
So let's undo that part now. I don't know if I have the song. Okay, I think this is a song. So there's a song here called song.mp3. So let's use this song. This is the song. So there's something in JavaScript called audio. Audio. Just like you have dates, you also have audio. You have new audio. So I can say let maybe my song equals to new audio. You can put a song there. What's the name of the song? This is song.mp3. Name is song.mp3. So you say song. Okay, mp3. So when this condition is true, I want you to play this my song. So I can say, instead of displaying this, I can say my song dot play. Play this song. So let's refresh and say 2039. Did you hear the song?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So let's add another button to stop the song, because now I have to refresh the page so that the song will stop. So let's add a button to stop the song. So whenever I want to stop the song, you see the same variable my song. So instead of saying dot play, there is a function on it called dot pause. So let's say function stop alarm. You can call on my song dot pause. Oh, now there's a little problem. So let's solve the problem. Now, presently, once I stop it, see what happens. As soon as I stop it, when this condition, when both of them are true, it will start playing the song, right? When I click on this button, this is going to pause the song as a way to stop it, so that I can stop it. But then, remember that it calls on this every 1 second, meaning that in the next 1 second again, it will run this code here. And if you check the hour and the minute, they will still be the same, at least for the next 60 seconds. Do you understand? The hours and the minute. So it's going to keep playing it. Even though if I click on that stop button, it will stop. But in the next 1 second again, once it calls on this function and it checks the hour and the minute, and it realizes that they are still the same as the ones inside the input, it will start playing again. It will start playing again. So let's undo that part again, so that once you click on stop, it can stop it once and for all. Okay. So what you can do is this. We can say you can only start playing when the hours and minutes are the same and the second is 0. That is, The second here, where is your second? Coming, where is the span? The second here, once it is 0, that's when you should start playing. That's when you should play it. So we can say, and second dot inner text is equal to, can just take it to 0. So let's discuss why this will work. Yeah, I think this should work now. Let's go. 20, 44, set alarm. It has stopped. So the reason it's able to stop is that the hour is the same as this hour, yes. The minute is the same as this minute, yes. But the second is no longer 0. Do you understand? So even if it runs this code again in the next 1 second, even if it runs all of, every second you keep running this. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I
Sorry.
check your network.
Yeah, the call
Is
came
that
in.
from something?
So I said, it's going to keep running this every second, right? Even if the hour and the minute are still the same. The second is no longer 0. Do you understand? The second is now 49, so it's not going to, and the condition says for it to play, the second must be 0. So because the second is not 0, it will not play this song. Any question?
So why did you put string on that 0? Why did you put it as a string?
Because anything coming from an input is a string.
Okay, sorry, it's a string.
And anything.
Can you explain the whole thing from the beginning, like
Well,
the whole tax from the
beginning.
Line by line, so that it will.
So if you don't want to put this as a string, you can do this. This only checks the value.
The value.
But once so anything you are getting from a span value is always the string. So let's go over it again. We want to create an alarm clock. The first is we need to say the current time, at least before we set our alarm. That's why we have this function, set my time. So this set my time inside
so immediately we refresh the page.
Yeah.
So the function is already, the code inside it already working.
Is that?
Immediately we refresh the page.
Yes.
So the code inside this function set time is already working.
Yes, because of this set interval here.
Okay.
So this set interval, we keep calling on it every second. So every second, it will get the current date. Okay, let's discuss this. Once you refresh the page, once you load the page the first time, it will create this variable hour and minutes. It will create this variable my song. So this will fetch the song for us, but it won't start playing yet. You understand? It won't start playing yet. So when it gets here, it will store this function name, but it's not going to run the codes there. But when it gets to this line, it will go back and run the codes here every 1 second. So every 1 second, it will get the current date, get the hours for us, get the minutes, get the seconds for us. Then it will check if that is the same as this. These two are undefined. So obviously, this condition cannot be true.
Yes.
So this cannot be true. So it's not going to play anything. It's not. So it will keep doing that every second. It's not going to be anything. Now, as soon as a user types value inside these two inputs, this and this, and clicks on this button, creates alarm, it's going to run the codes here. This will now set the HR value to be whatever is inside the first input. Then the MIN value to be whatever is inside the second input. Do you understand?
Okay. So after input those two values and click the button, that is when it will start comparing. The comparison.
Yeah, so every 1 second it will now start checking this now. If the hour is the same as these ones, and the minute is the same as these ones, and the second is exactly 0. So immediately the three conditions are true, it will start playing this song.
Okay.
So once you start playing, when it's time to stop, if you want it to stop the song at any point in time, you click on this button, stop alarm. So the reason this is a global variable is because we need it here inside this function, and we also need it inside this function.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so this will pause the alarm immediately. Any question?
No questions for now.
Please go and complete the assignment. Once you complete the assignment, I will give another task. I don't want to overload you with assignments. Once I'm done with the first, the one you are currently doing, let me know. So I will give another one.
Okay, but sorry, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
I'll be an observation.
Okay.
As we are doing this thing, I don't know, maybe there is any the type of content used to check so that we know we meet. I know there are a lot of things on your head, so that we know we meet those some topics as an aspect of, because this if now I don't think we've done it in full.
Yeah, I told you that we are not yet done with if statement.
Okay.
I mentioned it in our last class, right?
Okay, you said S. Okay, you said S.
We still use S if so you look at else if and some other things in if statement. We are not yet done with if statement.
Okay, no problem. So the assignment, right? So when the user type in the value, maybe 5, when clicking the button, it will be counting it down until it gets to 0. It will stop.
Yes.
Okay. No problem.